team that began in Cleveland against one that still calls it home. It's the Los Angeles Rams and the Cleveland Browns. And it's coming up next.
It's the city of rock and roll, and this place sure is rocking as they await the start of this one. We're here at Huntington Bank Field in Cleveland, Ohio. Thanks for joining us, everyone. With my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And like so many matchups in the NFL, Brock, our focus goes right to the quarterbacks in this one. Both of these guys, players who've been around the league now for some time, they've definitely established themselves as veterans who know how to win football games.
Yeah, I think the word of the day, Kate, is definitely experience. Two guys who've been through the season several times over, have seen a lot at this point in their career and been through quite a bit on the field. All that experience is stored up there right between the ears. And the one who is more skilled at leveraging that experience, more than likely is going to come away with the win.
Under clear, sunny skies, we are ready for football. And off we go from Cleveland. To return, Jerome Ford. He stopped on the return at the 27. So here are the Browns now, headed out for their first drive. They'll be led out by the former first-rounder back in 2017, Deshaun Watson.
After winning the national title at Clemson and early success at Houston, there's no question that Deshaun's career has been slowed by some injuries and other challenges. But when he is on the field, at every level he's ever played, he's just got a calm. And that calm comes with the trusting of talent that he has in himself. He knows how to run, he knows how to throw, and when he's available, he's still a difference maker. Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Here's Jerome Ford for the first time this game. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Now the first carry for Nick Chubb. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Tackle made by Cameron Curl. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
From midfield on 2nd down. Looking. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
The Rams showing a nickel look, 3rd down coming up. Watson. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
The Browns looking to punt on 4th down, so on comes their southpaw, Corey Bojorquez, to handle it. That hits at the 9, but nobody around to grab it. It carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Rams on offense, readying for their opening drive. And leading them out to one of the game's all-time leading passers, the top pick back in 2009. Still going strong, it's Matthew Stafford.
Stafford just continues to fight off injuries, and he continues to battle father time. And it is remarkable. There's a lot of quarterbacks as we see him age. We see the arm fall apart. We see the wear in the tear and the velocity disappear. You're just not seeing that with Stafford. You can question how long the journey may continue, but you cannot question how productive he is when he's on that field.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Slot man motioned over. On 2nd down, a run with Williams. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
They've got 1st down from the 31. They pick the handoff now, Stafford. That one's caught along the left sideline. And they'll have it across midfield as he runs out. It's a gain of 22. And the Rams are going to have a 1st down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Working from the gun, here's Stafford. Finds him over the middle. And that's good for a gain of 5. Greg Newsome bringing that play to an end.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 42. That's a reception for Tyler Higbee. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Now Stafford again. And this bullet falls to the ground. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it's 4th and short. We'll see if they go for it.
You know, the goal on a lot of these short throws is to simply let the receiver create some yards after the catch, that yak. Well, I think he was thinking about the yak before he actually secured the catch.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And this one ventures out of play on the fly. The question is where it's marked. Looks like they'll say the 17-yard line. 2nd drive coming up for this Cleveland offense. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that 1st drive ended in a punt. Shotgun snap, a gift to Ford. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. It was the rookie from LSU that time on the tackle.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
Here's Chubb on 2nd down. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. That was Darius Williams on the tackle. Call it a gain of 6, and they need only 2 now on 3rd down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
He's on the move. We've finished 1 quarter in what's still a scoreless game. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the 2nd. We'll return to Huntington Bank Field after this. They'll punt another one away. Corey Bajorquez returning to the field. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. Fair catch made here at the 30-yard line. So no return on that punt. And the Rams will take possession. The Rams headed back out for their 2nd drive now. They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here. On 1st down, here's Stafford. That's on target, Puka Nacua. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Off the play fake, it's Stafford. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Shotgun snap to Stafford. Complete beyond the marker. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
The nice thing about a drag route is it works versus zone. You can find that soft spot and get a completion, but they can be very effective when you got an excellent route runner running away on that drag route from man coverage.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Stafford from the gun. He'll get this to Cup. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Straight ahead with Williams. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Throwing off the play fake here. He throws a bullet to this. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were, and the QB just nailed it.
Big play got him to the doorstep, Brock. 4 more yards now in goal to go. From the red zone now. And they will score. Touchdown, LA! The Rams get the game's first points here in the second. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
On comes Joshua Carty to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Fielded at the 7. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Cleveland's offense all set to take over. Still in search of their first points as we work our way through the middle of this game. The score 7-0. Watson on 1st and 10. Into the hands of Elijah Moore. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Now a give right side to Chubb. And a decent pickup. They're going to have it up at the 43 after that run. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. So it's the 2-minute warning here from Cleveland. It's the Browns, who have 2nd and 4. From the 43. Got a man, it's Njoku. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's good for a Cleveland first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Watson now off play action. Throwing the out route complete. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that gives the Browns a first.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page, because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectiveness. You know, I often say there is a fine line between aggressiveness and carelessness. And when you throw into double coverage, well, it can go either way. That time, a tremendous catch by his receiver on the other end.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Sticking to the air with Watson. Finding Judy. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Working from the gun, Watson. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. So the incompletion on 1st. Here's 2nd and goal. From the gun, Watson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. So now, here's 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, here's Watson. Rolling out to his left. He's running for it. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Let's go, baby. Turn it up. This is where you step up. Right here, baby.
So the Browns are going to kick the field goal on 4th down. Dustin Hopkins on for the attempt. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. Carlson's kick is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Here's Smith on the return. And this return gets to the 30 before he's stopped. The Rams are going to get the football one last time in this first half. And leading just 7-3 might be better to take a knee and take the lead into the locker room. They'll begin this drive with barely over 25 seconds left. Throwing now on 1st down, Stafford. Completed over the middle. And he'll go down, it will say right at the 39-yard line. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. from the 39. And that one is incomplete, and the clock stops with 18 seconds to go. First time this game they've looked to him. And that leaves him with 3rd and short.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Stafford now on 3rd down. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah.
Going down the middle, as you can see, you're giving them a real chance at making that pick. Might be a case of trying to force one where he shouldn't have. And you're sure hoping as a quarterback you learn your lesson on that one.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Watson to throw it. Caught for big yards on the right side. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15.
Guys ready to get it on right now? Get it, baby. Let's go, baby.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. The Rams get to him, and he's dropped. Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. Dustin Hopkins is going to try this Browns field goal. 1 for 1 so far. This is from 40. Carlson's kick is good. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. One final shot before halftime. And he's not going to get something done. They take him down. So that's how our first half's going to end. A momentum-building play for their defense.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studios. This is the Halftime Report. This one's been all you could hope for as an NFL fan. Just a one-point game here at halftime. This has been as much fun as you could hope for with both these teams in it to win it.
All right, thank you, Coach. And we are back and about set to begin the second half. Here's a return from the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. Los Angeles getting its offense set to go to begin the third. And it has been all about these defenses so far, Brock. Even into the second half, we're still waiting for one of these offenses to take charge.
Yeah, what you're feeling, these defenses are making every yard tough, every first down tough, every series tough. And offensively, yeah, it's time to toughen up and maybe more importantly, sharpen up.
That's taken in by Cup. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Second half starts with a run by Williams. He's contained at the line for no gain. Hauled to the ground by Jordan Hicks. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. They stay on the ground with Williams. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah there to bring him down.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune third down situation.
Throwing is Stafford on third. And that one's too far in front of him, so now they're facing fourth down.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
The Rams are set to punt. And this is the second time he's been brought on to kick it. And there was nobody down there to get it. Punt hit at the 7, but continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense back out and getting set for the drive. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a Cleveland first down.
To be a stud back in this league, it takes more than just checking the athletic boxes. There's an IQ, a feel, a patience and craftiness required along with just tremendous vision. He showed all of it navigating that run up the middle.
From the gun, it's Ford. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Motioning the tight end now. Here's Chubb up the middle. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Give him 5 on that play. Now it's going to be third down and 6.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on third down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Throwing on third down, Watson. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And that gives the Browns a first.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
First and 10 from the 41. Now they'll throw out of the gun. A throw right side, caught by Njoku. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Tackle made by Cameron Curl.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Second and 8. He loses the football. Picked up by the Rams. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
You're using this play to try for a first down, but also set up what's ever in your back pocket for third down. But you know what? Throw it all away. None of it matters now if you can't hang on to the doggone football. And the defense pounces on that one in a hurry.
The Rams headed out to the field now. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punt. So just like all touchdowns, all turnovers also reviewed, and they want to take another look at this one. All right, so we all know what we're looking for here, Brock. Where did an elbow, maybe a knee, something touch down? And as it does, is the ball loose at that point?
Yeah, throw in forearm, wrist, shin. There's no question the offensive guy's screaming something hit the ground while the defense is hoping it didn't.
So the nice defensive play, all for naught. He was down first, no fumble. Ford straight ahead. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, Well, it sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. He'll throw it. He finds him beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That's a 26-yard gain on 4th down, Brock, and the huge play extends this drive.
Just excellent effort on that catch and a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
And without much room to work, he has a minimal gain on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Second and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone. Another one for Ford. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. It's a gain of 2, and now they have 3rd and goal at the 3.
Well, you get a little bit closer, but you can feel the pressure starting to mount. Unless you're committed to playing 4 downs here, this becomes a critical 3rd down call.
Watson has it, 3rd and goal. Uh-oh, he's in trouble, and the Rams bring him down. And they'll try to build on that big stop.
Kate, I totally get it. Could take a little more risk knowing a field goal's in the back pocket, but still, that is so disappointing offensively. Not even able to get the throw off and give yourself a chance at a touchdown.
Here's an important kick now for Dustin Hopkins. Angling this one in from the right hash, the challenge here. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they take the lead in the 4th quarter.
Well, I tell you what, you get to this time of the game, you've got to have that reliable kicker on the sideline to turn things over to. That's the definition of clutch right there as they take the lead.
Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Return coming from the 6. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Out come the Rams on offense. Well, their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. On 1st down, here's Stafford. And this throw's knocked away, incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Give to Williams from the gun. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9. He's back to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And that brings up 4th and long. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
No return on that punt. And the Browns will go on offense. Back out now comes the Browns offense. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. 1st and 10. Here's Watson. Judy there to grab it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a pickup of 26. And that's good for a Cleveland 1st down.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate, but the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. A give up the middle to Ford. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Cleveland. Browns lead by only 2. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Trying an option here, play to the left. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. So after the 2-minute warning, another stoppage here. The defense is calling time, 1:55 to go. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Running right with Chubb. Breaks the tackle, green grass ahead. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run, but I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he can do like we just saw.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there. Timeout taken by the defense. They're 2nd. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down.
Come on, let's go. Let's dominate this. That's right.
Judy will go in motion right. Chubb again on 2nd down. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Now the Rams are going to use their 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now.
All right, guys, all right.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. They find 7 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. Browns just kneeling out the clock in this victory now.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
A kneel down here, and they can start to celebrate this win. With the win in hand, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So the Browns come away with the win. And it still shows up as a victory for them, Brock, whether they score 50 or they have a rough day putting points on the board. With Brock Ewart and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a well-earned win for the Browns. As with that, we'll sign off from Cleveland.